Everything stated in this video is my opinion only. Any behavior or tactics that I attribute to other people are also my opinion only. Please take this video as such.
Hello, lovely people. Today I am technically not playing anything, but the gameplay that you'll see in the background will be Xbox gameplay, if that matters. We're actually here because I wanted to read through the information that was given to us by DC from the developers for the springtime seasonal event. Now, I know that we are already past a week into this event. I am aware. But some of the things that they have said about this event, I just think we should have a discussion about, because it's one of those things, again, where it seems like these developers are treating the fan base and the players of this game like we're stupid, in my opinion. So this is the part where I have a little bit of contention, okay? Vendor sale April 1st to 7th. To kick off the event, enjoy big savings. During the first week of the spring seasonal event, all items on the spring vendor are 50% off. This is the perfect time to grab exclusive seasonal rewards at a discount, so don't miss out. Vendor items seasonal sale restructure. We've recently changed our vendor item sales and reviewed rarity tags to better reflect the value of some items. So I don't know if the rarity tags make a whole lot of sense when a vendor is available to every single player. It's like when I saw the Esperanza Hopeful Armor set with the 3 items at the Kaznia vendor, right? It has brackets next to it calling them epic. How can an item be epic if everybody can just buy it at the vendor? Like everybody, it's not hard to get at all. It's just ridiculously stupidly priced and no one's going to want to buy it. But as far as I knew, epic and legendary and rare were references to the likelihood of them dropping inside of a capsule or booster bundle, inside of something where the drop is random. Why on earth is that armor set labeled with epic? It's not epic. It doesn't drop. It's massively overpriced. No one asked for it. I just don't understand what on earth they're talking about, and if this is what that's referring to. So when it says they've recently reviewed the rarity tags to better reflect the value of some items, what they mean is we wanted more money and so we upped the price in the hopes that you would either spend more time in the game so that we get an increased gameplay stat, or you spend money on them from your real life instead of in-game play cash so that we get more money. That's what that means in my opinion. Right! And the rarity tags on items we can buy is nonsense. We can all buy them. They are not any level of rare. They don't drop. We buy them. Right? And anything that does drop, it seems like we used to have the vault, right? Where they would update what would drop in the vault based on as we progress through the years. They'd add more things that would drop from the vault and we can get furniture pieces. It's very nice. That sort of thing going on, right? Well, that has been completely removed. We no longer have the vault. There are clearly still drops that happen because we get a little bit of furniture and things happening when we are running the alert, okay? Those things drop. But we've reevaluated the what? Hang on, let's get their exact wording. We have reviewed rarity tags to better reflect the value of some items. I don't believe you. What you did was work out a way to try and get more money out of us. And I get that. I'm more offended that you think we're so stupid we're not going to know that than that you're doing it. Just say, we need to earn more money off of this game at this stage, and this is the way we're doing it. Maybe apologize and give us a sandwich, the sandwich where positive, negative, positive. We have these new items coming for the seasonal. It's really, really cool that we've got this aura, we've got these, the tattoo skin. We're really trying to incorporate things that are relevant to spring in the items that we're providing for you, and we've tried our best to make sure that you get a nice variety of different plants for our base items. And then say, unfortunately, due to current circumstances, we do need to increase the price of these vendor items. So we are going to start this particular event with a sale for the start of the week, but following that, the vendor items price is going to be going up, not just for this event, but for all the events that are following. Then give us another positive. However, that means we will be able to provide you with elite henchmen that are now a part of the game. You know, give us a sandwich, but tell us the truth. Don't lie to us and treat us like we're dumb, because it's going to get worse as I read on, okay? I'm already upset. During this process, prices were adjusted accordingly. However, because we've typically had all previously released vendor items on a continuous sale for 50% off during events, it may have seemed as if prices increased by 50% or more when we restructured our sale approach. No, you didn't. What? You weren't even the developers that were here. Two, it wasn't a sale. What they would do is the newest episode had a higher price than everything else because that was the new episode and they wanted us to work hard for the newer items. The older items weren't on sale. They decreased in their standard price every time the year passed. So the year passes, that year goes down to standard price. The year passes, that year goes down to standard price. It's the standard price. That is not a sale. If anything, we were getting an increase in price for the ones that were occurring for that year with the new items because they wanted us to work for them. This is ridiculous lies, in my opinion. Like, please don't treat us like we're dumb. You know? Please don't do that, because it makes me not play the game. And honestly, that's the effect it's had. I have played the game enough to be able to show you guys content. I go in and briefly do that daily thing so that I can show you guys the new power that's going to be in it. But I love spring. Spring is my favorite event along with Halloween. Right? They're my two absolute favorites. This is the least I've played it ever. I used to run through it with multiple tunes on multiple consoles over and over again while I'm trying to watch things and get other things done. I would come back, I would always be playing multiple tunes to run it so that I can get the items that I like, so that I'm able to get the style pieces. I just hate it. The event runs for too long. I only play one tune, right? So where I was playing multiple tunes, I play one tune through the spring content now. And it's only to get that tab progressing. I haven't even looked at the vendor after I did my last video because I was showing you guys the items that were now available. I have them now, and I don't care to try and purchase the rest because the price is stupid. And I'm sure I'm going to accumulate currency while I'm trying to get this event tab completed so that I can show you guys the ability that we're going to receive. But I very much think I'm probably not even going to spend it. I mean, the smart thing to do would be to wait, right? Save up all of your currency from this year. Wait and see if next year they give us a sale. The only risk with that is that we could end up paying more, right? If we save it from this year and they up the price again, we'll pay more. If they keep the price the same, we'll pay the same amount if they don't do the sale. But I mean, I don't even care anymore. You know, I love the spring stuff. I build spring bases all the time. I use spring pieces in other bases all the time. I was excited for this event until it dropped. And now I'm just like, the thing is, if they had have been more honest, I'd play it more and I'd be like, yeah, okay, fine. That's what they're doing. Fine. But they're treating me like I'm stupid, right? I know this isn't personally written to me, but it's written to all of us who play this game. And it's a lie, in my opinion. It's a lie. However, because we've typically had all previously released vendor items on a continuous sale for 50% off during events, it may have seemed as if the price increase... See, the reason it seemed like this is a price increase and not a continuous discount we've been experiencing is because that is what it is. If you want to restructure the prices and make them more expensive so that you can increase... Just say that! Just say it. Oh, I'm more offended that they think we're stupid than that they're doing something that means they need money. Just say you're money hungry. I mean, give us a sandwich. Give us a sandwich. Here's the positive. Here's the downside. Here's another positive. You know, they have positives that they can talk about. They have definitely improved since the last event because we now have base items, even though we can see that they're very similar to each other. At least there are some this time. That's improvement. The style items don't seem like a complete reskin of something that already existed. They're a little bit different. That's good. And the henchman slash backup are a new item. It's different. They have them a bit stronger than other ones that we have in the game. Like, there are positives here that you could sandwich around the outside of the disgusting meat of we're going to charge you more. You could have done that. This is insulting. This is insulting. Okay. It may have seemed as if prices increased by 50% or more when we restructured our sale approach in the last event. That's because they did. We shifted our event sale to occur during the first week only. There is no event sale. You added an event sale. There has never been an event sale in the form that you are talking about. We have just had a good price for items. You know what's another thing about this is I would have in the past gone to Marketplace to purchase the leftover currency that I needed to finish off whatever base items I needed, right? I'd run the content, I'd get all the base items I needed, and if there were a couple of extra things I needed, I'd go and purchase and I'd buy the last ones. I won't be doing that at this price. You want me to pay 600 Marketplace cash 450 for 5 items? No, thank you. No, thank you. I won't be doing it. They're deterring me. I mean, I am ranting. This sounds like a rant because it is a rant. I am upset about this situation. I think it's insulting. But I'm not being dishonest with this. I'm not saying these things to try and snap back. These are just the facts. I will not be purchasing the currency in order to get my last little pieces. Most likely, I won't even be spending the in-game currency that we receive from this event at all because I'm annoyed about it. I also am playing less. Those are all just true things that have happened as a result of the changes they're making. We shifted our event sale to occur during the first week only, which is, smart because it means there's a higher probability of people purchasing the currency with real life cash so that they can get the discount because it's at the start of the event instead of the end. How clever of you. Offering 25% off on both previously released and new vendor items. After reviewing your feedback, we've heard your concerns and are now adjusting our sale to offer 50% off. Oh, you're adjusting the sale? How thoughtful and kind of you. It's not. We never had a sale. It was just the standard price. After reviewing your feedback, we've heard your concerns. No, you have not. And we are now, you've heard our concerns, but what you're doing is not addressing our concerns. What you're doing is saving your own butt because people have stopped playing as frequently, in my opinion. And are now adjusting our sale to offer 50% off during the first week of events. So you can enjoy this discount on both previously released and new vendor items. So they say 50% off during the first week of events. So this is meant to continue throughout other events, right? So if they suddenly stop doing it, then this is not true either. We'll see. If we hit next year and they decide to up the price again, we'll see. This is really going to hit hard with base builders, honestly. Thank you for your understanding and continued support as we strive to improve the experience for everyone, sorry. There's this thing that I say. There's this thing that a lot of people say, right? Actions speak louder than words. Your words are not even clever, flowery nonsense to deceive us. They are obvious and rude and insulting nonsense to distract us. And I'm distracted by it to the point that I've stopped playing the game and I am ranting about what you said. Right, it worked. I'm distracted. I don't think it worked the way that you wanted it to. But trying to make it sound like they in any way care about us after the things they do is really grating. I don't think it's true, in my opinion. It seems like, and I think a lot of people feel this way also, what they are trying to do is increase the length of time that people play in the game. So that's why they remove the vault. They add extra steps that we need to complete for both this and the last event when we're out in the open world. They give us the event tab so that we have to complete it an amount of times to be able to get the event completed. And they increase the price of items so people will keep playing so they can earn more of the currency so they can spend it at the vendor. Right? They even have that progression bar that comes up when we complete one step towards our event tab completion. So every time that comes up, a big thing comes up on my screen that takes forever to go away so that I can't play until it's gone. It's not really long, but it's enough that I think, yeah, they're just trying to make me wait for longer. They're just making everyone stuck in the game for longer. It would be one thing if they were enticing us into the game for longer with things that we really enjoy and like about the game, but they're forcing it. I hate that. I'm uncomfortable with that. It makes me not play. And truly and honestly, I play less. My best friend and I used to play this very consistently. Less so. There are other games that I'm playing because this one is on a downward slope that has recently massively increased because the downward fall is a lot faster than it was before these developers took over, in my opinion. When I saw the video where they were doing some damage control, okay, the damage control video that they released, I thought I had seen a genuine excitement about the storyline from Mr. Rivera. I thought, and I still think, that perhaps he was a little passionate about what he's doing. But if he's the only one, and also if they're releasing things before they're complete, because honestly, Kaznia does not seem complete. They didn't give us a clear storyline of things to follow after that initial massive storyline that we have to do with every single character, which, but incidentally, has deterred me from playing other characters because I can't be bothered playing that. Something I would have done on every single character. Every one of my characters always plays all the way through every new episode to the end, and then I stop, and then I go to my mains, right? I have not done that this time because Kaznia sucks at the start. It takes forever to get through and I can't be bothered, right? But after we're done, Constantine says something like, hey, there's more work to be done. Doesn't give us a mission list of anything to do other than to collect the item from the vendor. Doesn't tell us where to go. We have to go and find those things ourselves, okay? So people who are used to the game, that's not so big of a problem. But for new players, that is a big deal they wouldn't know. Okay, and also the teleporters appearing and then disappearing. Like, why did they have them and then remove those? You know why? So we have to run all the way back to all of the bosses that we're doing when we get knocked out because that keeps us in the game for longer, right? Right? I don't know about that exactly because the boss would go down with other players anyway, potentially. I don't know. But I find the teleporter being there and then disappearing is silly. I actually had someone a while ago ask me, how do I leave Kaznia? Because they'd always used the teleporters and didn't know they could warp out. The storyline for Kaznia also doesn't go in the right order. We finish it all. We've got dailies and weeklies to complete out in the open world. And then we have the solo, the alert, and the 2 raids. I'm being very generous with that. The storyline goes in reverse. We're supposed to start at the alert and go backwards to the solo. Both of the raids are irrelevant. One of them is a repeat of the alert. The other one is a repeat of a completely different episode. Should just have not released it. I should have said, guys, we're having a bit of a struggle getting this episode out. We're so sorry. It'll be out in a few more months. We need to work on it. I would have respected that because it's just true and I understand struggle. I understand things being difficult. I understand the need, but I think that the reason it went out is because they wanted to entice people to stay in the game. I think they knew that open world was going to be something people really wanted to come back to, so they were hopefully not going to lose people, and if they had have waited longer, there's potential for people to leave, right? I think that's probably what happened there. All of this is my opinion. Let's just say everything I'm saying in this video is my own opinion. I could be 100% mistaken. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. But if Mr. Rivera really is passionate about his storyline, even though it's not something we asked for, it's using brand new characters that have nothing to do with DC as far as I can tell, when there were characters that could have been utilized who are actual existing characters with DC that people would have been really excited to see. Interesting choices, but if someone is passionate about the work they're doing, it usually translates through the work, right? We see it. I'm really, really hoping that Mr. Rivera really is passionate about what he's doing, really does want this stuff to come out and be received well, and that we get some good content there. Because every other decision that seems to be made, other than the ones to do with the Kaznia storyline, not the rewards or anything, just the storyline, every other decision seems to be one of two things. It is either to force us to play the game longer or to make us pay money, in my opinion. And that's really sad. And every time they bring out something and they treat us like we're stupid, it really puts me off playing the game. It really, really does. Like, and not just put, I actually stop. I play so much less than I have for every single other year that I've played this game. That's the section that I have a little bit of contention with. In case anyone else was wondering what they had said about it, there it is. I'm very, very sorry that this video is quite ranty, but I find the developers' treatment of us baffling, because even if they have some short-term results that they can show to their shareholders, long-term, this is not going to bode well, in my opinion. I think that people will decrease their gameplay, or potentially, I don't know if people will leave, but there are some things I really love about this game that do not exist in other games, right? The movement, the character creation, the ability to style, those things are things that I can't really experience elsewhere. And I love this game, but no matter how much I love this game, it's really deterred me from playing. I literally play less. I do not complete the events on multiple tunes. I barely complete it with one tune because often I don't do the load in and I just run around and do Gotham, or vice versa, do the load in and don't run around and do Gotham. I just want that progression on my tab. Haven't once gone back to that vendor. Couldn't care less what's in there at this stage because I know that it's going to cost almost double what it used to cost when I was going there. I don't know how to feel. I'm sad. Anyway, hopefully this was entertaining. I apologize that it was very ranty, but I want to know what other people think. It's not, I hope it's not just me that's feeling this way, like they treat us like we're stupid, because that is honestly how I feel. I feel like they think we're stupid. I apologize for all of you who have been stuck here listening to me rant. Hopefully Future Laura has done a wonderful job of editing out all of my repeats and how much rambling I did.
Hopefully. Like there's a chance I didn't do a wonderful job of editing. How dare you?
Of course, you always do a wonderful job. That's why you're still employed. Anyway, guys, please do let me know your thoughts, because I am very curious about this situation and what other people are thinking. And also, have a good one. During this process, prices were just... I'm too frazzled.